We're going to take a look at the training that you should be doing now in the autumn period. This phase of the training year is crucial if you want to make sure that your subsequent training phases, training blocks go well, and obviously you jump well in the indoor season or sprint well and then continue on to the outdoor season. So what are the reasons why you need to get your training right now? Well, you need to provide yourself with a base of sufficient fitness to enable you to train properly and optimally subsequently. You need to train also so that you can avoid injury. Crucially, you need to also train specifically so that there's not a lag, a gap between your technical abilities when you start jumping at the pit whenever your coach decides to do so. In my case, we will start training at the pit in about 6 weeks' time. So towards the end of October at the time of making this video. Now, I'm not going to say that this is wrong, but I do see many coaches and athletes pursuing a belief that more is better. More reps on the track, more weights, more circuit training, for example. So, taken logically, why would you want to do 6 by 300 meter reps for 6 to 8 weeks potentially at the beginning of the training year if you are a long jumper? Just think about that. There's a belief that tempo running training will be a benefit to long jumpers and triple jumpers and short sprinters. From my perspective, I don't think it is. There are far more superior ways to develop your specific jump fitness, your jump endurance, for want of a better way of putting it. Of course, I'm not eschewing the belief that you need to get fit to do long and triple jump or be fit, but you need to be specifically fit. And you can see from the drills and activities that I'm showing you on screen at the moment that there are many specific ways in which to get that specific long jump and triple jump and sprint fitness that don't involve tempo runs. We always start the training year with a block of volume in terms of drills, greater volume. So we're doing the new resistance drills as you've seen in previous videos, as again are on screen now. We are doing our normal step runs and bounding and plyometrics, again as you're seeing now. We also complete many of our sessions with 6 to 10 turn around 60 meters, or I should say walk back 60 meter runs. Now, we also do some of these upper gradient as well after the step session. And I instruct the jumpers to run at whatever speed they want to. We're not looking for high levels of lactate production, for example. I want them to be fit, but they don't need to run themselves into the ground. You still need to allow your body sufficient time to recover between sessions. I was recently talking to a 400 meter hurdler who's just started training back again, and he was talking about how he always feels tired, constantly tired from the training that he's doing. Now, of course, you need to train at a higher volume and level of intensity for the 400 hurdles compared to the long and triple jump, for example. However, if you don't adapt from your training sessions, you're not going to improve. Now, of course, the 400 meter hurdler needs to have anaerobic endurance. We don't need that for the long and triple jump. We deal with a lactic power, 6 seconds worth of effort, or up to 6 seconds worth of effort. So your body will adapt to short repeat training. So if you're doing repeat drills, then you're training alactically, and the chemicals within your body will develop the ability, or rather your muscles will develop the ability to produce those chemicals more quickly. So you're getting an adaptive response to that type of training. And that's what you've got to think about, the specifics of the energy systems and the way that you train, so that it will develop the specific fitness, power, strength, speed required for long and triple jump. Speed, as I've been saying or indicating, is vital for the long triple jumper and indeed the 400 meter hurdler. Now, there's no reason why you can't start the training year with sprint work. Again, many coaches, athletes think that you need to build up to being able to sprint. Well, if you maintain your condition through the off-season before starting training, or autumn training I should say, then you should be in a reasonable position to run fast at the beginning of the training year. Now, I will introduce fast running after about 2 to 3 weeks of our preliminary volume-based drills and repeat 60 meters, for example, training sessions. We will start with acceleration work, which many coaches do start with, but we also include build-up runs to 95% speed. And we also run with bars held overhead, again up to 90 to 100% speed. The bars are just going to hold the athlete back very slightly, so they won't be able to run quite as fast as they would if they're using their arms. But the intensity, the effort levels that they're putting in are going to make sure that they maintain an affinity, a closeness to sprint speed. So we're going to try to step that speed level up across the training year. We're not going to drop back too much from the ability to sprint fast at the beginning of the training year and lose that ability. We're trying to maintain it and continually improve our capacity. In a video coming up soon on the channel, I'll talk more about weight training and what you can be doing at this time of the year. As I've indicated in my coach athlete member videos, I've got some new strength and conditioning sessions. They also contain plyometrics and sled work, for example. And they are triphasic, as they normally are, so involving eccentric, concentric and isometric actions. And they are designed to improve vertical velocity capacity, horizontal velocity and rate of force development. I will go into a lot more detail about how I construct those sessions in another video. I think the take-home message at this time of the training period is to be specific and to not lose sight of the fact that you are a long jumper, a triple jumper or a short sprinter. Bear that in mind and train appropriately to achieve your PBs and goals in the indoor season and beyond. Spend too much time doing volume, general work, and it's going to take a lot longer for you to get to that level of speed and power and technical proficiency. Well, I hope my take on what you should be doing at the beginning of the training year and my rationale for what I do will help you better understand how to train at this time of the year and plan your training. If you have any specific questions on the subject matter of this particular video or any of my others, then do leave a comment in the section below or through my other social media. One of my athletes, Paul, recently got married. I've coached Paul for over 15 years. He's got a best of 7.79 meters and from the age of 24-25 onwards has consistently jumped over 7.50 meters and he's 35 now. So I'm going to leave you with a couple of shots of his wedding and of Paul in action. He's a great example of how to maintain your fitness and your training as you mature through adolescence, through early 20s and into your 30s. Please like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification icon so that you'll be made aware of new videos when I release them. And do check out my broadcast channel now on Instagram, where I can better connect with some of you guys in terms of what we're doing in terms of training. I'll be posting regularly there.